doggy. I love it. So scared. He is butt naked. The biggest, the baddest. Oh gosh, this took a long time. Self-inflicted wound, guys, self-inflicted wound. Okay. Hi there, welcome to my channel. My name is Crystal and this is Books Forever After, where I sit on my floor, we talk about everything and all things books. Alright, so this is the last and final installment of this mega huge book haul. Death by Books. This is part 3. Alright, so prerequisite, this is part 2 of all the historical romances that I was able to get since July all the way to November. So these are all the romances, all these books, fantasy, paranormal, a little bit of contemporary, so many books. I think I had over 188 books, so yeah. These are the last final installments here of the historical romances. This is spanned over July to November, and I am building my physical home library. And I am very lucky as well. I have to draw an area where there's a lot of libraries. And I'm lucky that there's a lot of library book sales because of that. So, as I said, it's been great to discover these, especially the historical romances. So let's just get started. I'm really excited to show you all this final big bulk of books I was able to get. And if you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can see more. And I will be having it's gonna probably be another week or two, but I will be having another video showcasing all my physical TBR. That will probably be 2 parts because I'll probably do a historical romance by itself as well. I will be having a reorg video, bookshelf reorganization video coming, as well as the bookshelf tour. So that is all forthcoming over next month or 2, so look for that. Okay, so we're gonna pick up right where we left started. I have a few more series, or just I have these organized by author, and then I have a stack here that are just like single authors, like a book from different authors. I didn't have like more than one, so that I was able to find in this haul. So we're gonna start with this author. This is Brenda Joyce, and this, I think it's like a time travel Highlander historical romance. This one is called, this is from her The Masters of Time series. This is Dark Rival. This one does not have a stat back. And then we have The Game. This is part of another series. So The Game, I think this is book 3 in that series. That has the step back there. And then I have Captive of that same series. And then The Conqueror, which I think is book 1 in that series, since I found as a pocketbook copy, hardcover copy. So kind of reminds me of like Fabio that was really prevalent. For me, I recognize it in a lot of Johanna Lindsay, her mass paperback ones and her covers. So that. And this one is really like a thick one, but it's like really pretty. It's also, I think, book 2 in that series. This is Promise of the Rose. And this one has that on the spine, but a step back on the back of the cover, which I think is really, really cool. And I do actually kind of like that cover, so really interesting. And then I think it's also part of the same series. This one is called A Violet Fire. And there's no step back or anything, just a cover. And then we have Scandalous Love by Brenda Joyce. That is that, so definitely Fabio there. So yeah, so those are all my Brenda Joyce ones that I picked up. And then we have an OG author that I'm really excited. I'm actually going to be reading The Bride this month. I'm going to pick up those. This first one I have is For the Roses. This is like her Western one that's like, I think is like, I remember reading this. I like love this series too as well. So I think I pretty much read all of Julie Garwood's, but it's just been years. So it's like rereading them for the first time again. So it's just, I know it's gonna be fun. So yeah, I'm gonna be reading her Highlander Romances, The Bride, and then The Wedding, hopefully The Wedding this month, but at least The Bride this month. So it's For the Roses. This is like her historical Western one. These ones I don't have them necessarily in order, but this is the Shadow music. Doesn't have anything special. Then we have these gorgeous copies that are very, very in delicate condition. So I do have majority of these in the pocketbook down here. Majority of these that I'm going to show you, I have majority of those in the pocketbook covers. I don't have some. Hopefully if I can find a better mass market copy, I definitely will pick those up. But this is Julie Garwood is so hard to find at these book sales because she's so popular and such a well-loved author that no one wants to part with her. So for obvious reasons. So we have this. So we have The Secret, Rebellious Desires. These are all very yellowed, as you can tell, so they're very old. Heck, this one is, I just had to take it to have a good home, but there's pages coming out of this one. So I don't know if you can tell, but like just so delicate and fragile. And the price, this one's actually missing part of its cover, so it's like falling off. Then we have The Gift, same thing as these ones. I definitely won't be reading these ones, especially these copies. Honor Splendor, that doesn't look, yeah, we'll see. I don't know if these can be kept or not. So Honor Splendor, so we have that. So I'll have to keep an eye on it. I have to make sure these are not moldy or anything. Yeah, these might not be good. That is one thing with library book sales and such, and getting buying used books, is you just have to be careful of making sure with the mold issue and any kind of other things on your book. So water damage and things like that, you just don't want that. And there's been times when I don't go to like the Goodwill near me because all the books there are basically bug stuff on it. You can tell that like the spots on it, like that's caca. I'm like, that's bug caca, guys. There's just certain books that unfortunately at a certain time frame you have to destroy. So those are, even though it breaks my heart, I'm like, you just don't want that spreading to your other books. So that is one thing I'm trying to be self-aware of as well, is of that as well, because I live in my these books are in my master bedroom, and we do have like a humidifier, so I'm trying to shift these more to my IKEA shelves in our living room, because that might help them be in a better care, because they're not back here in the location. So going on a tangent there. Next I have Heather Graham. I did try reading her, like, I forget what it was. She was one of my authors this month, but the copy I had was very, very dusty, and it made me cough. And then I just wasn't in the mood for a very medieval, like it's very medieval like language. That was hard to follow and get into. So I tried to check it out via the Libby app, and I just couldn't get into it. So we'll see. I want to try her again sometime soon. This is Heather Graham, Lord of the Wolves. So this looks like it's a Viking one, an actual Viking one, not just a medieval one. But so we have that. That is a really, really cool, having like a little dust jacket kind of version there. So that's kind of cool. And also has on the back that. This one I think is like a second chance. Interesting, like kidnapping second chance almost, I think. So interesting. This one is Summer Fires. It's like a trade paperback version. So like, I'll try that. This one actually has 3 books in one. It's a Civil War trilogy, so that's not my favorite time period to read about, but we'll see. And then I have, this one is Love Not a Rebel. So we have that, and it kind of wraps up around a little bit. So we have that. So yeah, those were the 3 books that I got from Heather Graham. I have some Amanda Quick ones. So I've been trying to collect this kind of like series that's kind of very similar, like look, I should say. As you can tell, I have these ones here. But this one is Deception, and it has that step back. This one is Till Death Do Us Part. I think it's like a temporary actually, so we'll see how I feel about that. And then I think this one's very similar as well. I don't know if it's like a time travel one or not, but it's Wait Until Midnight. Oh, this is an author site. Why did they do that? I don't know. And then we have Quick Silver Arcane Society novel, book 2 of the Looking Glass trilogy. I think this is probably like a fantasy one, it looks like. I'm not exactly sure. And it's set in late Victorian times, so I don't know. Interesting. And then I have Seduction. This one does not have a step back. So yeah, so that is what I have of Amanda Quick. Alright, so next I have Victoria Alexander. I never read her this author either, but this one is like The Princess and the Pea. So classic, like a fairy tale retelling, I'm guessing. And then When We Meet Again. Like that. And this one's like a Harlequin one. And this one is The Lady Traveler's Guide to Scoundrels and Other Gentlemen. So interesting. Set in the Victorian time as well. And then The Lady Traveler's Guide to Larceny with a Dashing Stranger. We have that, and then that. Interesting. And then Secrets of a Proper Lady. And then The Husband List, which this one doesn't have a step back, but it has a back step back, which I thought was really, really cool. So next, I have Madeline Hunter. I have 3 books from her here that I found. Is Sinful in Satin. So she looks kind of similar to how Elizabeth Hoyt comes across, so maybe they're steamier, I'm not sure. And then Tall, Dark, and Wicked. That doesn't have a step back either. And then The Accidental Duchess. No step back for that one either. Alright, and then I have some Cat Martins. This one is Devil's Prize. Innocence Undone. Looks like a masquerade. One of my favorite tropes. This one looks like it's set in Civil War time too, I think. So maybe not. I don't know. It says it's set in London, so I don't know. That's an interesting time period outfit. This is Dangerous Passions. And then we have Nothing But Velvet. It has a step back, but it's just like that, so I don't know. Okay, and then I have some Mary Jo Putney ones. This one's Sometimes a Rogue, and it has a step back, but it's just like a castle, so I don't know what the point of that one was for me personally. And then I think this one was part of a historical Hellions book club pick this past year, but I never actually read it, so we'll see. I don't know if it was well received, but I am interested in sometime picking up this author. So this one is Thunder and Roses, which is a very interesting cover with the peacock on front, and I love that step back. Like it has this, and then you have a couple of scenes on the other side, so that is just really, really gorgeous. I love this kind of painting style, painter-esque, so just love that. Alright, and then I have some Sherry Thomas. I have Ravishing the Heiress, no step back there. And then Beguiling the Beauty, no step back there. Shannon Drake, I have No Other Woman, which I have 2 copies of. This one does not have a step back, so I guess I will be probably redonating that one. this one does. This is right here. What happens, I need to create that Excel sheet like B does. I just need to create that Excel sheet. B, if you're watching this, can you show me how you do it? Can you show me your template? I need to copy you. Alright, so I had to move you because my legs are going to sleep, and this is taking so much longer. It is only at this point in time did she regret how many books she bought. How many books she hauled. Alright, so we have Sabrina Jeffries. 2 books here for her. I have To Wed a Wild Lord. There is this is like a discarded library copy. There's nothing, no step back there. Same name for this one. This is The Secret of Flirting. So you have that there. And then I have 4. Okay, then I have 4 here by Catherine Coulter. We have The Sherbrooke Bride, The Valentine Legacy, Mad Jack. I think this sounds familiar. I don't know if it's this one or something else, but yeah, we have that one. And then Rose Haven. We have that. So yeah, that's that. Alright, and I have 2 here for Kathleen E. Woodless. Definitely wanting to read hers next year as well. She, I think, only wrote like 12 or 14 novels, so definitely want to read her backlist next year. Starting, I think, with The Flame and the Flower, because Historical Hellions are doing a book club for that book this month, so I'm getting started on that one. I think that's actually the first book of hers that was published. So this is The Elusive Flame. And then So Worthy, My Love. No step back there. This is like a chunker, so yeah, we have that. So I have 2 more authors here, and then I just have a stack of where I only have 1 book by that author for this haul. So we have 3 books for Johanna Lindsay. I have Once a Princess, which that is gorgeous. And then this is like a recent copy. You can tell it's Target. Temptation Starling. And then this one was so great. Found another pocketbooks one. This cover is just gorgeous. This is Tender is the Storm, and I mean, whoo doggy. I love it. So scandalous. He is butt naked. He is absolutely butt naked. Oh, I guess the word is buck naked, but his butt is naked. Oh my gosh. I love it. It's just perfection. Oh, and it's like it wraps around. So we have this, and then it wraps around. I love it. I think it's like a Western. So, and just, I love it. It just cracks me up. Yeah, this was published in 1985, so this is definitely a vintage historical romance. So this is just perfection. I love it. All right, and then started this whole excitement back in July for the romance readathon. I was like, literally, I did stories and Instagram stories, and I was like, oh, practically bawling. This is like my all-time favorite series. And I read it before Bridgerton came out, so obviously, Bridgerton series. So I'm looking still for book 1 through 4 for the step back. I own the originals without it, or the ones without the step back. So I definitely want to get the first edition copies with the step back, but still so lucky to find, because these are now, because of Bridgerton, to show, it's so expensive to get on eBay now. So, but yeah. So we have To Sir Philip with Love. This is like, I just am so excited to find these step backs. Love it. When He Was Wicked, one of my favorites in this series. And I think it's definitely the most steamiest. most chemistry, I think. It's in his kiss. Gorgeous. And then On the Way to the Wedding. There you go. So lucky to find those. Definitely will cherish those editions, and someday I hope to find books 1 through 4. So love that. That was just the best thing ever. And then I have 4 more of Julia Quinn that I found. This one actually has the cover broken off, so we'll see if I can't find a better copy. And this one actually kind of looks water damaged. Let's see about that one. Didn't realize that one. It's water damage, as you can tell. So yeah, The Sum of All Kisses. We have that, and then we have How to Marry a Marquis. For all the England speaking folks, let me know. My American English may not be doing this justice, so I think it's How to Marry a Marquis when it's spelled like this. So it's a French version, actually. So yeah, and this has a step back, but it's on the back. So that's gorgeous. I think this is one of her earlier, I think, novels. And then same as this one's a Dancing at Midnight. This doesn't have a step back, but gorgeous. And then this one is Everything and the Moon. So I have that one. I think I already own this one, but we'll see. But yeah, I have that one. All right, so we have made it to the end. We just have all these single ones left. So we just have this big pack of books here. We just have this stack of books here. These are all where I just have one of these authors in this book haul. So the biggest, the baddest. All right, here we go. All right, we have Lisa Byrne, Engaged to the Earl, part of the Penhallow dynasty. So see that one. A Valerie Bowman, No Other Duke But You, for the Playful Bride series. No step back there. Elizabeth Boyle, I've heard of her a little bit, so interested in trying this author. Confessions of a Little Black Gown. This one has a step back. And then Taming the Scotsman by Kinley McGregor. Found this one on a recently just the library sale this past weekend. And when I looked it on Goodreads, I'm like, it had like 4 point something. I'm like, it was a high rating on Goodreads, so it must be really popular. So I might pick this up for this fall, winter, for my Highlander romance to read. So Taming the Scotsman. This one doesn't have a step back, but it has the back step back, which that is gorgeous. So gorgeous. And then I have Margot McGuire, The Bride Hunt. That looks like it might be a pirate. Or I think it's a Highlander one as well. So I might have some Highlander ones here. And then this one is Karen Harper, Liberty's Lady. This is like a Civil War one, I think. So not exactly my time period, but it sounds a little intriguing. This one's Elizabeth Thornton, Scarlet Angel. That. And then this was a great find. So Teresa Medeiros. I'm hearing great things about this author, and I definitely want to read from this one. There's another book that I got for her with like a Beauty and the Beast retelling. I definitely want to read that one first by her. But this one is Charming the Prince. And this one doesn't have a step back, but it does have like a side insert, and then it's also on the back as well a little bit. So that was kind of cool. This one is Sylvie E. Summerfield. Yeah, Summerfield it must be a first edition. This is Moon Kissed Promises. This is an oldie. It looks like an oldie. So we have that. I think 1993. So not 80s, but yeah. That just looks kind of a strange step back. Oh, and then I found Sarah McLean. So The Day of the Duchess is like my absolute favorite this past year, so it's definitely going to be on my top 10. I think it's on my top 10 that I just did recently this summer as well, so I think it's going to be on my top 10 for 2023 as well for my historical romances. But this is the Wicked and the Wallflower. Wicked and the Wallflower, the Bare Knuckle Bastards, book 1. So I definitely want to read this one next by Sarah MacLean. So I read that other series, so definitely want to read that. Then I have Eva Lee, Would I Lie to the Duke? The Union of the Rakes. That. Then we have In the Presence of Angels. This one looks interesting. This looks so interesting. Oh, this one is Best Friend's Widow. He is home from Waterloo to pay his respects to his best friend's widow, to her, and then to deliver the letter she had written to his comrade in arms. After reading Louisa's letters, he half fallen in love with her. But in person, she was stunning, the most beautiful, vulnerable creature he'd ever seen. First, he vowed to earn her trust and save her farm, and then to marry her, mend her soul, and make her believe in the presence of angels. So that kind of sounds interesting. I love it when they fall in love, like writing back and forth to each other, but also just like, I don't know. I just love like correspondence. So like, especially like in ACOTAR and I think book 2, is that Court of Wings Run, when they're writing back and forth. I don't know. I just really enjoy those. Alright, so this one is, I just picked this one. This one really sounded interesting. This is the last one I picked up for a historical romance, but it was Almost Innocent by Jane Feather. It's not rated too highly, but it just sounded really interesting. She is the illegitimate daughter of a powerful English prince and his murdered French mistress. So I think she falls in love with like a knight. So yeah, interesting. That I think is supposed to protect her or something like that. So she's supposed to, the one and only, she's in love with a guy, but she is supposed to marry his nephew. I don't know. Yeah, Goodreads reviews were kind of iffy on this one, so we'll see. Next I have Ghislaine. I have no idea, guys. Foley. This is My Notorious Gentleman. Good here. And there goes the step back there. Interesting. And then Linda Howard, After the Night. This one does not have a step back. I hate it when they don't actually have this summary in the back. It's just nothing really. I think this one completes, I think, the last one I've been needing to read for the fairy tale retelling series. I don't know what it's called, but it's by Eloisa James. This one is Once Upon a Tower, so they're all like fairy tale retellings. This one actually has a step back as well, so that was really pretty. So yeah, this is a discard copy, but definitely really cool. And then I have Candace Camp, A Perfect Gentleman. You have that. Loretta Chase, Scandal Wear Satin. Very, very, very pretty. And then the final book that I have is, I'm not exactly sure if it's like a fantasy romance or time travel. I have no idea. But it looked interesting a little bit. This is Kimberly Cates, and I never heard of this author either. Kimberly Cates, Gather the Stars. So we have that. This one says, okay, she's a daughter of a general, and she was about to embark on her own private war. She had been kidnapped in the midst of a British officers' ball and carried to the forest lair of the infamous Glen Lyon. Prepared to face the Scottish rebel who had become a legend, Rachel vowed she would defy him with her last breath. But when the blindfold was ripped from Rachel's eyes, she saw Gavin Carstairs, Earl of Glen Lyon, for what he really was. A strong yet gentle man haunted by secrets, Gavin was the hero Rachel had always dreamed of. Now she became his pawn in a desperate attempt desperate game to save the women and children of Scotland from the slaughter waged by Sir Dunstan Wells, Rachel's own fiance. That sounds interesting. Sounds like an enemies to lovers Highland romance. I never would have guessed with the cover. It, because it says God of the Stars. I don't know. It's totally different, like, strange marketing for me. But yeah, sounds kind of interesting. All right, so that is it. Oh gosh, this took a long time. Self-inflicted wound, guys. Self-inflicted wound. Okay. Well, next video, I will probably be doing a recent reads because I need to do August and September together, and then October. I will space those out, however, the next month, but the next couple weeks, and then we'll be doing some physical TBR and then a reorg. So lots of things coming soon. Of some content coming. So yeah, that's to your benefit and my detriment. But it is what it is. Alright, so if you like this video and you want to see more, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification so you can see every time I post. And as a reminder, I will have my Goodreads and Instagram linked down below, as well as my Amazon wishlist. That is it. Thank you for watching. If you made it all the way through and you saw every 3 part of this book haul, you're the real MVP, and I really appreciate you following me. So that was you're the real MVP. All right, well, without further ado, I will see you in my next one. Bye.